Hey there, internet. I really like the whole plopping down on the bed thing to start videos, so I think I'm just gonna keep doing it. I love peppermint tea so much. It's just lovely and refreshing and perfect in every way, especially since it's snowing in March outside. Check it out, I updated the wall of stuff. Both that thing and that thing are from Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I got them when I bought the special edition at Best Buy. One of these days, maybe I'll do that whole YouTuber thing where I have a P.O. box where you can send me stuff for the wall of stuff, but that maybe is never going to happen. I don't really even know how you do that or if it costs money, which it probably does. Also, in the process of trying to get a frame for this one, I had to go to Hobby Lobby like 4 different times because I kept bringing home a frame and it would be broken. And at one point when I was searching the shelves for a new frame that wasn't broken, I found one of the ones I had just returned with a broken frame sitting on the shelf. They had put it right back. I like Hobby Lobby. They got tons of cool cheap crap stuff. Not crap. Oh, that was a Freudian slip. I meant to say they've got tons of cheap craft stuff, but I'm just gonna leave that other one in here. That might be the best mistake I've ever made in one of these videos. I'm really happy about that. Anyway, I like the whole style, but sometimes I just feel like it's not a very well-run company, and maybe that's just me. Moving on. So I went to go see Beauty and the Beast last night, and I'm going to see it again tonight with my family, and honest thoughts, it's not great. I've come to the conclusion that I'm really sick of movies being made that don't have any reason for being made, a raison d'etre, if you will, which literally translated from the French means reason of to be. And this Beauty and the Beast is a perfect example. The original animated version is great. I don't think anyone would deny that. And so Disney, seeing a cheap opportunity to cash in and make a butt ton of money, has decided, oh, let's remake it even though they had nothing legitimate to add. Sure, there's a couple new songs and plot points and those sorts of ancillary things, but they don't really add anything significant to the movie, and I think in a lot of cases they detract from the movie. That's especially true of various character changes they made, like Maurice, Belle's papa, is very different than he was in the animated version. Gaston is odd. It just kind of felt like they didn't know why the original Beauty and the Beast was good, and then they just copied what they wanted to copy and changed a few things they thought would be fun to change, and as a result, it's just a lesser film, and I hope that bus isn't so ridiculously loud as it seems like it is to me. I don't know. I certainly enjoyed seeing Beauty and the Beast, especially since I loved the song so much. I was actually in the musical in high school, and I played Maurice, which might be part of why I'm so upset that his character was meh. There were certainly great moments, but just a mediocre movie. And a lot of weird technical / production issues that I thought were just amateurish. Very wooden choreography, questionable accents, inconsistent character and production design. Moving on. I want to take a second to talk about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Obviously, I talked about it some last week in that I compared it to my vacation, but I haven't really taken the time to tell you that it may be my absolute favorite video game, if not the best video game I've ever played. And yes, that is even compared to all of the other Zelda games. I have played it for close to 50 hours, and I am still discovering new things that I didn't know existed, that I didn't know you could do, mechanics that are just mind-blowing to me. The care and precision with which this entire absolutely massive world was handcrafted is mind-boggling. It's legitimately difficult for me to get anything done in it because I'm on my way to do one thing, and then I look over there and I'm like, oh, what's that? And then I remember, oh, I wanted to do this thing, and then 2 hours later, I realize I never did the thing I set out to do in the first place. I know that a video game is probably not worth $360 for most of you. I'm counting that as buying the console and buying the game. But if you have any inkling that this might be a game you want to play, figure out some way you can play it. This game is a masterclass in just video game design. Moving on. A lot of people with whom I am acquainted in real life who then watch my videos tell me that they think I act very differently in these than I do in real life. Because apparently I can be kind of like quiet and reserved and maybe even standoffish in person. And then here I'm all like blah, crazy hand motions and weird voices and I guess maybe there's just some concern among peeps that this is more of an act than it is an actual genuine representation of my life unedited. Meh. To respond to that, I will say that I'm just kind of a very personal person, which I think might be redundant. And I don't really let a lot of people see what I actually want to be like all the time. If anything, when I'm being like shy and quiet, it's because I don't really love being around people all that often, and I feel very self-conscious, and so I just sort of shut down all of the things that I would do if I were around a group of just my closest friends. And let me tell you, a lot of my closest friends could tell you that I get super weird when I'm hanging out with them, probably so much so that they actually start to dislike it, but I can't really speak for them. If you do watch these, congratulations, you get a window into the not soul, but life of what Johnny Barlow is actually kind of like, but with fewer snarky comments, because I can be pretty snarky with people who actually know me. Moving on, I will see you next week. Deuces.